Welcome to Unlimited Lies, everybody. I'm your host, TJ. With me is my C-O-H-O-S-T to the double L in...
Do it to the double L.
O'Keefe. Yes, I gave you the double L.
You know what I just kind of realized?
What?
Both of our names are two letters. Have we done that before? That is a bit. TJ-E-N.
Oh, yeah, if you want to call you E-N, it'd be
E-N-T-J. Is that a Myers-Briggs thing?
Someone did that once to us. I think that they called us like TJ-E-N or 10G or something.
Oh, that's cool.
10-gen. If we fused a la Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
We kick ass at the fusion dance, by the way.
It's so easy.
Yeah, me and TJ did that, and then we walked into prom, and everyone was like, wow, who's this really cool dude?
True.
This person has all the coolness of a really cool dude, plus all the coolness of another really cool dude.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was double cool.
I started, just on a side, this is, welcome to Unlimited Lives, your video gaming news. We have a bunch of Gamescom games. Your Facebook poll for your favorite video game villains. We got a couple.
Can't wait.
And the news is, I didn't put a lot of news in.
Well,
because we have a ton of Gamescom.
So much of Gamescom stuff.
Yeah, but this episode, this episode's going to be, it's going to be great.
We could do a little bit of gaming olds if you want.
Gaming olds?
Contra came out.
What?
On NES.
Like today?
No, it's a gaming old. It's not news, it's olds.
I don't know.
It came out in the 80s.
I didn't know what you were doing. I was like, is it anniversary?
No, it just came out at some point in the 80s. It's kind of based on Iran Contra, I'm guessing from the name, but then it's aliens. I don't know.
Oh, well, aliens in Contra. Super Contra.
And in regular Contra. The first Contra game, they're aliens.
Oh, yeah, they did have aliens.
That, like, the last couple levels, there were... Yeah, I guess only... Well, like, you had the boss that was, like, that weird alien
that was an alien.
That, like, had those arms that were, like...
Yeah.
Like, you know the way they moved and they'd, like, kind of, like...
It was, like,
they'd
balls?
be flailing. Yeah, they'd be, like, a bunch of balls with, like, spike balls on the end.
Yep.
And they'd kind of be, like, flapping,
just spinning
like, wings.
sprites.
But then they'd do, like, this, like...
Like, you're slowing
but do you remember,
your
like,
arm
the way
down.
they'd, like, jitter and, like, kind of, like, shake when they moved? And it looked like...
It looked
really realistic. It was really cool. Contra kicks so much ass.
You and
Joe.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
You guys love, like, Joey, who I got, Joey is not.
Dun, 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 dun. Also, like, maybe the best. Up there with the best music.
He loves Contra. And also, Joey is not lost and forgotten. Joey has been super busy with work. And I feel bad, but don't think that there has been...
Someone's got to protect the president.
He's very... Yes, he has to. I just want people to know that there is no ill... Joe is... Oh, I want him on. It's just he works. But I'm going to work with... to try to get Joe to do a third project for us. That can be something that he can really enjoy and love, that you guys can have an extra content.
Sounds very cool.
We have our radio show, and the TV show's coming back soon, and it's going to be delicioso.
It's a three-course meal.
It's a three-course meal.
Every week.
So this episode will be a nice, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, and this will be an Earth 1 hour show or a 5-minute Dragon Ball Z hour, or 5 minutes. Do you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, that was phrased wrongly.
Yeah, it was phrased completely so wrong.
Yeah.
On a side note, I'm watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is supposed to be faster, and the mistake that the writers did in Dragon Ball Z was that when Goku was fighting Frieza then he sends an energy blast to the center of Namek, the planet they're fighting on.
Yeah.
And the writers made the grave error of having Frieza announce that in 5 minutes this planet will be destroyed. That 5 minutes took 5 episodes.
Get out
that
of
are
here.
20 minutes each.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, the amount of non-urgency that they would stare at each other, they would talk, and then I sort of got 3 episodes in, they're like, there's only 3 minutes left till the planet's destroyed. And I'm like, no, dude, it's been an hour and 20 minutes.
When they show like the bomb countdown and it's like over the course of...
And it's never the right time. Like,
we should do a movie where it like starts at the beginning. He's like, I'm going to blow this up and you have 1 minute. And then it's like a 2-hour long movie.
I love that.
And then at the end, he clips the wire and it's like, that was close. We only had 38 seconds left.
That's exactly how it is, dude. It gets to a point where you just are so annoyed.
Yeah.
Because you're like, can you just kill each other? But they waste time.
I know.
Just flying all over the planet, blowing everything up and talking and waiting and talking.
When they actually do fight, it's so fun, though.
It is.
That's why it's a good show. Is because the fighting itself is so fun. It just.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic, because it really isn't that great.
No, like when they're like teleporting around, like teleporting behind
cool.
each other and hitting each other, and when they actually do shoot like the Kamehamehas and
the
stuff.
fireballs.
I love that. That's
great.
No one would like Dragon Ball Z if it didn't actually have a good part to it.
They really did a great job, man. Frieza was a great villain up top, and I'm just trying to, Dragon Ball Z.
Wait, who says this isn't even my final form? Is that?
Frieza
Cell?
does that.
Frieza
wait. Well, Cell also changes. So does.
He
they
turns
all
into
change.
perfect. I know, but
I think
that quote. I don't know.
Frieza was the first to hear like, now witness my true form, or something, or my final form, because he does 4 of them. So
that's why they call it a form.
That is true. Well, he changes around like T1000. Speaking of T1000, who's excited for? We talked about Terminator last week.
Yeah. In Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, tweeted. He goes, "I can't believe we got Arnold. Now the Terminator looks like T2 Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator with
the T800 model.
Yep.
Model
half his face like burned away, whatever.
With the red eye visible.
Yep, with the red eye visible. And he goes, I can't believe we got Arnold. And everyone's like, whoa. Now, of course, in the Facebook group Unlimited Lives, ! But the group, Ian and I forgot who the other friend of ours is from the show, but he put we were making fun of DJ
Vegas,
which I
DJ
thought
something
was,
Vegas. He has a first name too,
which I thought was Vargas. Now I made the mistake. I thought he was like Brazilian because he talked like this, and he would say, "Oh look, Sub-Zero, I destroy you," and it was terrible for Mortal Kombat.
Oh look,
you found out.
Sub-Zero.
I'm a Sub-Zero.
But actually, last week when you were bringing it up, the way you were doing it, the way I heard his voice, I thought he was Dutch, and he was Dutch.
Yeah,
he's
you
Belgian.
were right. You were
Is Belgian
correct.
Dutch or is Holland? I don't know. I'm not European.
I don't know. I think they're all too nice to really get angry at us being mistaken. So it was Dimitri Vargas and
Vegas.
Vegas. You're right. Sorry, I keep doing it.
You're tricking me.
So Andrew Leslie, who's a great friend of the show, who posts a lot of stuff. Welcome to all the Facebook group people. He wrote, "I'm sorry, TJ," and it's a YouTube video of Dimitri Vegas's intros, and I clicked it, and it was 33 minutes.
Yes.
Of his horrendous.
So TJ and I are going to stop talking, and we're going to play the entirety of this YouTube video for you.
Yes, stick around.
This is a special auditory gift from Unlimited Lives to all of our fans.
Yeah, this is if you don't want to hear this, fast forward to about 33 minutes from now, and then just enjoy the last minute of the show. So he was. It's.
Can we hear some?
Yes. Do you want to hear some?
Yes, I do.
So we're gonna play all 33 minutes. So here are some. Now I said DJ Vegas is a DJ from Belgium. You don't have to choose this skin, but the funny thing is, what I was getting to at the news
But all true fans of Unlimited Lives will choose this skin.
Of course they
even
will.
if you don't play the game. And if you do play the game, even if you don't play with Sub-Zero,
yeah,
you got to switch your main, and you got to only use the DJ Vegas skin from now on.
Yes, you will. So the reason I found that we're going into this again real quick is that, well, let's hear his terrible thing. So he's fighting. I forget who's fighting. Let's fast forward a little because some of these are...
Come and join the Link Way.
Outworld needs me, Sub-Zero.
Do not let loyalty stunt your growth.
Oh my god! Fighting Scorpion.
You are a revenant once more.
I cannot escape.
You're a revenant once more. This is like if you had a high school play and you were like, the principal's like, I could do the evil demon voiceover.
But the funniest thing too is everyone else, like, you can tell they're doing some kind of effect with Scorpion's voice actor, and it sounds like it's on professionally recorded sound equipment.
Yeah.
DJ Vegas sounds like he was just like recording it into his phone through a bugle, like he put a bugle like the little snack chip in his mouth. That went, you are now a revenant.
Now let's see. He's fighting Baraka.
You will honor Sector's promises.
Round.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Nomadic peoples don't achieve greatness.
Nomadic peoples don't achieve greatness. Nomadic people don't achieve greatness.
Oh God, I want to watch a movie of this guy playing Sub-Zero and saying all of these.
Oh, it's abysmally painful.
Oh, that's funny.
30 minutes.
I'll tell you this: if you get a bunch of Sub-Zeros, Sub-Zero qua DJ Dimitri Vegas, sound clips and put them on the soundboard, I'm going to be 100%
You'll be on
for it.
board?
If it's nomadic peoples don't achieve greatness.
When I heard this, I was just like,
I don't feel very good.
that's what I said right there. Look at this. Do you want me just to make a soundboard?
Oh my god!
Sub-Zero?
Honestly,
I can do it.
I think we should grab maybe a couple of the best
course.
of them.
Of course, the best.
I mean, they're all really good, but
All of them. There's about
It's over 9,000!
of them, I think. See, now look at this. The soundboard's on the computer now.
wow, wait,
you are.
That's pretty good. Why do
Yeah,
you
you're in
use
trouble.
the iPad usually?
So just for people to know, I like so I have a Google. It's not an iPad, but it's like a Google tablet.
Yeah.
I like the tablet. When I use the soundboard, I used to have it on the computer, which is what it's on right now because I had to switch for my little angels at home. The problem with the computer is you have to highlight the button. I have to close the windows when the iPad is right next to me.
You just touch it.
I literally just push the button.
Got it.
And we're good to go.
Cool.
Which is great. Let's see if we could get one more bad one. I mean, they're all bad, but
Is full of surprises.
oh, this one's. Here we go. Here we go.
I've got new gear to test.
Want to know if it's cold proof?
Oh my God! Want to know if it's cold proof? Wow. He reads like these pretzels are making me thirsty.
It's
he's
like
doing the whole
got,
Seinfeld thing.
He doesn't speak English that well, so he's got like a phonetic reading of it. Where like if I had like a Chinese thing, I'd be like, "Kwa shi da ping chou."
Let's find
Let's
out.
see. Wait. I think this is one.
All of these sound effects are like
Didn't see snow on the forecast.
Combat is full of surprises.
Oh, God damn it!
I can't believe this was released just like
Someone
by a
did-
big
Ian,
company. That's
There
so
was
funny.
30 minutes of this, which means this is what you all need to know.
That was probably 300 minutes of recording.
Number one, longer.
Yeah?
This was probably like 2 hours of a poor like studio director being like,
Again?
yeah, let's do that one again. Or
Like-
say this line 3 in a row, like different times, and he probably said it the same way 3 times. It's like, okay, maybe just do like it's full of like, hey, it's, and they start doing it by him by accident.
Yeah.
like it's full of. I'm sorry, just to say it's full of like, hey, you're full of surprises. It's just someone who has no acting skills, and you're just like, now be tough, and they're like, I'm a mean man now. But it's like these.
I'm the last guy you'd want to see in a darkened alley.
But these were, I thought it was really funny. Recently, my brother, we were driving in the car, and did we listen to the basketball player, the worst VO like ever?
No, I haven't heard that.
So,
Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. It'll take 2 seconds. It was like, so the thing is, like, this was like, those were the best takes. Those were the best takes.
Yeah.
Or
Well, yeah, because they were perfect.
or they were just like, or they were just like, well, like, it's just good enough. Like, just have them say it once.
Yeah.
So just on that, like, just to put a pin in all of this, the reason, so this is NBA 2K. It's like the voice acting reel. It's
Yeah.
like, we think that he's bad.
Yeah.
This is painful.
You got skills to be a great player, but the proof will come between the line. Tonight, time will tell if you can help or not.
So wait, what's the context?
So these
for
are
that?
cutscenes from NBA 2K.
Oh, okay.
Now, to me, just hire 10 voice actors to slightly voice match. Because my
Yeah.
brother had a point. My brother goes, no one's playing this game and going, oh my God, that's, John Johnson from the Knicks. Like, that's
wow.
his voice.
How do you know? Wait.
I just know John
How do you know
Johnson.
so many?
I know John Johnson.
How
This
are you
is
so
this
good at
but
pulling
this
NBA
one,
players out of your pocket.
this was my favorite one because he stutters the sentence.
Yeah.
Which means, again, and Shane, my brother, we were hanging out and he goes, we were laughing at this and he goes, these were the best takes.
Yeah.
Like, so, well, listen, he stutters because he's not a voice actor.
How's that?
You got skills to be a great player.
So Shane goes, it sounds like when you're in school and the one kid who kind of can't read ish is
Yeah.
just like, then Mr. Washington crossed the Delaware to go back and fight the Brit. You mean?
Yeah.
It also sounds like aliens trying to imitate people.
Oh man, speaking of just
so bad
basketball games, you know what the? Do you ever play NBA Street?
Maybe.
I
I
think
wasn't
it
a big
was NBA
sports guy, but I knew
dude,
some
that
of
one
those.
was really fun. It was sort of like NBA Jam, only it, like had a way better system where you had like all these like tricks you could do. And
Yeah.
you still had like turbo and these crazy moves and really fun voice
Voice acting.
The announcer was really
The
fun.
weird thing is this game.
God, that game was great.
Al Jefferson.
All right, because if I have to learn anything, it's that you have to tune out the noise. Only thing that matter is what happened between the lines.
It sounds like they're just reading them in an office room. And they're
Yeah.
like, this sounds like a cold read through, which might have been it. There's like, just read this once. But to me, the integrity of, like, I don't understand the integrity of voice acting. Like, it's, you have actors. Most video games don't have to even be union, which is disgusting. But they could get away with being non-union. So it's like, you can get actors to do these roles. Why are you doing this?
The Lin Kuei punish imposters.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, because it's awesome.
Oh my god, I hate how you
Kicks
love
ass.
it. I hate how you love
I
it.
do. Unironically, I think that Vegas thing is so. It is ironic. What am I saying? It's really ironic. It's funny how bad it is, and it makes me laugh to be in Mortal Kombat.
I mean, it makes me.
Does
I know.
he doesn't do like when he gets hit. He's not like wow.
He says some weird word in Dutch or whatever, like "bleegajish" or whatever.
Bleegajish.
I can't speak Dutch or Belgian. Is he Belgian?
Yeah, but I think they
delicious
speak
beer.
They speak French and Dutch and
German,
Belgium,
I think, don't they?
Yeah,
Don't
there's
they speak
probably
German?
3.
I went to Belgium.
Oh,
Beer, delicious.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh
Not as good as
my
German beer to me, but I do like
God.
it.
Belgium was cool.
Yep.
So the reason that we went on this rabbit hole was
Arnold's
Terminator will not
going
do the
to
voice acting.
T-
DJ Vegas is. Here I come as a torment. Come with me if you want to live. It's like, oh God.
Awesome.
I just don't know. Yeah, so they didn't get Arnold for the voice. I think no voice.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a cold. Like, he won't have any lines. He'll just be metal hit.
Well,
no
the good
lines.
news is
because
if they do hire someone,
Yeah.
which I have a feeling,
Should we
I have the
audition right
feeling
now?
They might because
Yeah.
everyone else in the game has voice lines, and
Yeah.
T800 does talk. It's not like he's a mute character.
no, he's not.
So they actually will be getting an actor who needs the work more than Arnold. So that's good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let me hear your Arnold if you were going to be hired, because we should send this to Ed Boon.
All right.
So let's try just
Give me a line.
Okay, so let's say like Sub-Zero comes out and he's like, you're gonna TJ Vargas, Sub-Zero comes out and goes, you are going to freeze to death, and then he would have a retort.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? Like,
He comes out and does this.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
to crush your enemies.
TJ Vargas comes
to
out.
drive the women before you.
TJ
Hear the
Vargas.
lamentations of DJ Vargas.
He comes out and he's like, the Lin Kuei will destroy you.
It's not a tumor.
You son of a bitch.
Arnold rules.
I love Arnold.
How long until Conan 2?
I don't know, man. We're counting the days down.
Yeah.
We're counting the days.
I'm surprised they actually haven't done a remake of Conan. Oh, here's a cool thing.
What?
What's his name? Edgar Rice Burroughs maybe did Conan, came up with the character.
Yeah?
Pen pal, whoever it was pen pals with H.P. Lovecraft. They were like good friends.
I know the H.P. Lovecraft.
So there's a lot of like Lovecraft stuff in the Conan universe where they'll like some of the cults and stuff
Really?
that like Conan would fight would be like worshiping not Cthulhu but like one of the other like great gods.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like Yig, who is a snake god, is like a recurring motif in Conan.
Motifs.
Motif.
Yeah, so I think that's the gist of it. I think it's going to be a silent person. You think it's going to be someone who's voice matching Arnold.
Yeah, and I hope so. I think that
They've done silent characters for Predator didn't talk, Alien didn't talk.
Yeah, but Predator and Alien don't
They
talk.
don't.
Terminator
Like Leatherface
does.
didn't talk.
Leatherface doesn't talk.
Yeah, Jason didn't talk.
Jason doesn't talk. So what?
Freddy talked. Freddy was a different thing.
What's the point you're making here?
Nothing. They didn't talk.
Terminators talk. All the Terminators have talked. Even the girl in T3. Did she talk?
Oh, I don't remember, man.
Yeah.
We don't talk at T3.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I don't remember. I gotta watch. I
There's
haven't
some cool
seen them in
stuff.
so long.
I think her like arm gun thing was cool.
The weird thing to me is T1000 and T2 was like a white dude, and then then it was like an Asian guy, then a woman, and now it's like a
T1000.
Yeah, the T1000.
Well,
whatever
she
villain
was in a
now.
T1000. I actually
Was she the
didn't
villain?
see any after T3.
The one that was other one was like an Asian guy, and then
Sure, why
this
not?
one now is like a Spanish kind of guy.
Okay.
It's just interesting that they keep, and then it's always like and then Sarah Connor's in this one. She's like, I'm 74.
Well, I think the idea was like they literally referenced in like T3 like why the T800 looked like that is because it was kind of a joke because he was a local fitness celebrity. Do you remember that scene where like
No.
there was a scene where they're like
I didn't know they justified it being.
they
Arnold?
they justified it being Arnold
Oh my
because in the
God.
world of Terminator, Arnold
Yes.
was like this guy in LA when they were like building it. And they like have him on the TV and he's like, okay, everyone, it's time for a work. And they're like, he's got this big weird voice and they're like, yeah, this is good for the model. Do something about the voice though. And they like a little gag about that.
What are you in T1?
No, in Terminator 3, I think.
Oh my God! Is
Yeah.
that the one where he pulled the casket out and had like a minigun in it?
Oh, maybe. I like when he had the roses that he had a shotgun in
That
T2.
was great. But
that
then
was
in
great.
T3, I think he had a casket.
Yeah, that's a good
He drunk.
upgrade from the,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shotgun
from the
and the roses to a coffin
Yeah.
with a minigun.
Yeah.
What's next after that? He gets a dump truck and there's just a helicopter in it.
He just shows helicopters. And then before we get into our Gamescom, I don't want to say coverage because me and you were idiots. And there's like,
I looked up a good amount of it. Like,
oh, you did? Look
yeah,
at little
I've
baby
got-
did work.
Well, I have
didn't.
notes on all of it, and then I tried to look at like gameplay at least a little
you're
bit
the
and get a
best.
feel for everything.
This is why I have you to do the show.
Yeah.
To round out the end of
What
the.
else am I gonna do at work?
on.
Fucking work.
Let's go, dude!
That's right, man. So just to round out, I found the Xbox Scarlet Next Gen info, but there wasn't much besides like the same.
4K
It's
or
the same
8K
shit
or whatever.
No, it's like they're focusing on 4K. It's gonna arrive
the big thing is that I've heard
solid
is their-
state drive.
Their goal is to reduce load times by using a solid state drive,
They
which is
also-
pretty cool. And the other cool thing about this is if they do have a solid state drive and they are actually emphasizing that, like hopefully it's going to come with enough storage that the big problem with solid state drives for people. I mean, I assume most people are vaguely familiar with this, but I assume TJ is not, so I'm going to explain it to him.
No, I'm an idiot. Legit an idiot.
So there's HDDs, hard disk drives, and then there's SSDs, which are solid
State drives.
So an HDD is basically a platter with a disk on it, almost
Yes.
like a CD that's like magnetic.
Which is why you could hear it go like low. Like,
Yep, you can hear it go whir. One time I dropped an external hard drive,
Oh my
and
God.
I heard this great cranking sound, and I popped it open, and literally like the reader had like bent and dug in and scraped across it, so you lose all the data on it.
Ooh.
Solid state drives are a lot.
What was the Terminator? Was he a solid state drive or a hard drive?
Neural net processor. no,
Oh,
that's
that's
his processor. They actually don't talk about his storage.
Interesting. He has a USB that's just an external hard drive hanging out of his back. Plugs it in his asshole.
Let me mention that when we get to Death
Okay.
Stranding in a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
Remind me of the thing on his back.
Yes.
Anyway,
Solid state
SSD
drive.
works a lot more like memory.
Yeah.
Memory is really fast. Like once you load your game, it doesn't have to keep loading assets because it's already in memory, but memory's generally a lot smaller. SSD works a lot more like memory, where it's just kind of always everything's readily available without having to read it off of a physical disk.
Yeah.
But the problem is, traditionally, like that's what you have in your phone. That's what you have in any tablet you have. Certain laptops will have it, like
That's
depending
not
on
my
if you
phone.
buy it or
I
not.
have an iPhone. We don't have that.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't have a disc in the phone.
No, you don't have a disk. You have
Come on.
SSD, which is like solid state. It's not in a
course.
hard disk.
If you have a Samsung phone, you have a disc.
Anyway,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
the storage is very small on those, but if Project Scarlet's using it, hopefully they're like, I don't know why, like it's probably a much more complicated problem than I'm making it sound, but
Yeah.
if they have like gigabyte size SSDs, like they're going to be mass produced, they're going to build a lot of infrastructure to do that. So hopefully that'll mean SSDs will like finally get over the cusp and like be close to hard disk storage. Because the only reason you'd get a hard disk nowadays is because it's a lot cheaper and you get a lot more storage.
Yeah. I mean, I have an external drive that I
So
bring.
hopefully that wasn't too boring.
No, it wasn't boring. It makes sense. I have an external drive that I bring to like when I go around, so then I could, if I go to your
Right.
place, I could play like, whatever, Destiny. The load times. I thought this was interesting. I don't know if they're making a new controller, and I'll tell you why. One of the suits at Microsoft, he said another thing that will be a a little bit new for us is the fact that we want to also respect the compatibility of the controllers that you already have.
Oh, that's cool.
This generation, we came out with the Elite controller. We've done work on controllers, and people have invested in personalized controllers, the thing that they love, and we want to make sure those are compatible with future generations of our console as well. So really, the things that you've bought from us, whether the games or the controllers that you're using, want to make sure that those are future compatible with the highest fidelity version of our console, which at the time will obviously be the one we've just launched.
That's awesome.
Now, here's the thing. Does that mean that they're not going to make new controllers and that the Elite controller,
Maybe.
they're just not going to make a different controller?
They might, but at least your old ones will still work theoretically.
I want my Elite.
I wonder if it's going to be like a thing, because I'm always skeptical. I wonder if they're saying like, oh, if you have an Elite controller, it'll work with the new system, but your regular old ones won't. So you better spend $150 and get an Elite controller.
I have an Elite controller, dude.
Unless you're a fucking pleb. Are you a pleb?
Yeah.
You a fucking pleb gamer? Get the fuck out of here. You're not worthy to lick Project Scarlet's taint.
It's like a battery. Yeah. Your brain's like a battery.
It's like licking a 9-volt.
It's like licking a 9-volt. I like the Elite controller. I like the Elite controllers. The Pro controller I love
they're
until
expensive.
It is. I told you the right button is wonky now.
I assume Xbox hasn't really changed its controller style. I assume anything new. I mean, what do you do from here? Like, you have rumble packs. They're wireless.
You don't.
They've got good battery life. Yeah.
You make either the controller, you make it more PlayStation-like and slimmer, smaller, or you just
but I think like that's important for people who play Xboxes. They're familiar with the feeling of Xbox, which is a little different than the feeling of PlayStation.
Yeah, the PlayStation one's smaller. Okay, so
Gamescom.
Speaking of Vargas, my homeland is where Gamescom is from.
Belgium.
It's not, but isn't it a European?
Yeah.
So you knew.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think Gamescom is a European.
Cool.
I think.
I don't want to talk about
Europe's
Gamescom.
leading trade
No,
fair.
I don't want to talk about that. Let's just talk about the games.
No, we can. I just want everyone to know that it's like Europe's version of E3.
Cool.
So let's talk about these games, bro. Let's hear what you have to say about these games.
Let's start at the
have good games
where,
together.
what's the first game on the list?
I think it's
Elf baby.
this game.
Elf Bowling?
Yeah, I think Elf Bowling made it.
Disintegration. Jesus Christ.
Disintegration.
I don't know why this got any attention. This is so Disintegration's coming out. I don't know what to say. You're like kind of in a mech, but it's just this generic washed out sci-fi shooter.
Looks like Destiny.
Yeah,
slightly.
I don't know what you want me to say. Like, there's nothing about it that looks the least bit compelling. It's a game I've seen a million times, and I feel like we've had this conversation a million times on this show. Like, make a more interesting game if you want us to have a better conversation about it as fans. Why would you be excited about this?
Well, the thing is the game announcement thing. It's like the guy's looks like he's messing with the jet bikes from Destiny.
They said like the whole thing about it is it's sort of like this apocalyptic like future where
it looks just like Destiny on Earth.
That's what Destiny was too.
Jesus Christ, dude, this looks legit straight up like Destiny.
That's it. I don't even want to spend any more time talking about it because I don't know what to say. It looks like
just
Destiny.
ride around on mechs.
Yeah, there's like floating robot
like,
things you can get into.
It looks like all the gameplay is you're on your mech thing.
Yeah, it looks so stupid.
Dumb.
All right, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Okay, so this is actually a little interesting. I'm not a big fan of Tom Clancy games, but so it's an
Here's what I think.
It's an open. I'm waiting. Okay, so it's an open world co-op squad shooter. So they say you're like playing ghosts who are attacking. They're called wolves, and they're like ghosts, like who are like the super
the guy from
soldiers.
Walking Dead, Shane, and the guy who played Punisher. It's the same guy. The actor was like, he's the main.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing was, he was like, we're ghosts. We're gonna come from. We're in the woods. No, we are.
So it all takes place basically on one island where there's like a mercenary outfit. They're like all ghosts who are turncoats and traitors to the United States of America. So I'm not sure how exactly that's going to play out. They say it's co-op, so I guess when you drop into a game, you're going to be placed in a squad with other real people, and it sounds like it's not a lot of PvP. It's just like I don't know. That's kind of a fun thing. The squad part's fun. I agree. It's not my taste. It's not my aesthetic. But like, if this was like Borderlands or something, you're like, oh, it's like an open world squad version of Borderlands, and it had that
rules.
kind of but it had that like kind of map on it. You'd be like, oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's just like.
But if you were into Tom Clancy, if you weren't into like the more cartoony stuff like Borderlands, I can see that being cool.
I'm just tired of the grizzled vet bullshit.
I know.
I was in war.
They're just everyone's just like. I'm a serious guy. I'll fight to defend my family and my country.
It's all it is, yeah.
They want to fight for their country, so do we. Now we go fight each other. I got a beard.
Yeah,
look at my AR-45.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier. Yeah, no one blames these games for violent shootings, though. It's fine.
So the other thing I wrote down is it's focused on realism. They said, like if you're in a fight and you get shot in the leg, you're going to be injured and limp for a while. Like you won't run as fast until someone puts you in a splint or does first aid. Yeah. There'll be like different environments like snow or rain where you might like have less traction and you might like slip in the snow or whatever.
How do you feel about? I am not an advocate. I don't like hyper realistic games. Because Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Yeah. You had
Breath of the Wild, more like Death of the Fun.
Yes, you hated it. Like Ian didn't like that you could slide down mountains when it rained.
No.
And your weapons broke.
I have like, this sounds dumb, but like I feel like I have such limited time to play video games in my life right now. It's like it feels like you play an hour and you get the same amount of fun or action that you get in 5 minutes with another game. So I'm like, I don't know why I don't want to. And also like it's not like, oh, I played for an hour and I got this much progress because your weapons break and
yeah. I'm with you on the whole.
We've talked about.
Yeah, I'm not a big where things are hyper realistic. So
yeah.
Whatevs.
So yeah, that's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. John Wick Hex.
Yeah, I don't know where Hex comes from.
It's because it's on a hexagonal grid.
Oh, that's
so it's going to be like a turn-based strategy, like tactical RPG, like Fire Emblem or like Project X Zone or
now you've seen
Advance Wars or Final Fantasy Tactics.
My favorite part of the John Wick movies is the slow-paced combat. That's my favorite part.
Well, I think the idea is they're like, oh, imagine how like John Wick, if you could get into his mind and like kind of slow it down. And one of the things they say is you can replay it at a faster speed to see all the stuff you do because you only control John Wick. But the idea is like, you have to like go over there and knock that guy's hand out and make him shoot the other guy.
It's very Max Payne-ish.
Yeah, except it's strategy. So like,
what's it for? Is it for everything?
I don't have that information.
Okay, go on. Let's keep talking about.
But the guys said it's like, oh, it's like a chess game. The way John Wick would have to figure it out, and that was kind of their inspiration for making it. Mm-hmm. Could be fun if you're into that kind of thing. I think it's an interesting concept for a game. Like, you ever play Super Hot? Remember that one?
Oh yeah, me and my friend Jeff Cerulli. By the way, who had a documentary just come out called Tasteless, which is on Amazon Prime, which is about the truly tasteless joke book and stuff. Amazing. You guys should watch it.
Cool.
Jeff, I played Super Hot with.
Yeah, but like, like
I just wanted to give him a good plug.
Heavy action, but like heavy strategy too. I guess less on the action for this because it is a tactical RPG.
Yeah,
but John Wick kicks ass, man. That kind of sounds like a fun fantasy, and I think it's a neat fit for like kind of like a newer, like at least like a twist on a game style.
Yeah, I don't know. It might only be for computer and stuff.
Yeah, that might be. As long as it's not like a mobile, like freemium garbage game.
Oh, number one, gameplay trailer, PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Cool.
No? Okay, so it's for everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. I love John Wick and stuff, so, I mean, but I'm not a big turn-based guy.
I don't think either of us will like the game, but, you know, if that sounds like it scratches your itch, it gets the official, not thumbs down from me.
What would that be?
Not a thumbs up, but
no,
not
I understand.
That's
down. Just kind of like where you take your hand and go like, shake
yeah, shake your hand.
Yeah, where you go,
Oh my god!
Do
you ever do that like really fast and it feels like you're holding something?
Oh, it does. How weird!
Isn't that weird?
We're just shaking our hands like left and right. It looks like we're trying to open a door.
Yeah, if you do that with like your hand, it feels like
you're holding something.
So weird.
Do you ever take a rubber pencil and move it?
Yeah,
and then it looks like it's a regular pencil.
That's stupid.
Very stupid.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So that already was the name of a game.
Yep.
And they ran out of names.
Yep.
And they decided we don't want to make Modern Warfare 4 or 5 or whichever one they were on. So
man, they're just
like, oh, it's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare again.
Yeah,
which is great. Like they started doing this with a few games where they're just like, okay, let's just reset it, let's just rename it, whatever.
Reboot
like Devil May Cry is Devil May Cry now.
That's right.
Even though DMC just came out. Like,
oh yeah.
So
But then they called it DMC and not Devil
So
May
now
Cry.
they're going to do Devil May Cry 2? Like, what's the sequel to that going to be?
I don't think they're making a DMC sequel because it didn't do that well.
No, not DMC, but the new Devil May Cry that came out.
It's 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, 5. I downloaded it. I'm going to play it when you leave, I think.
Okay.
I want to try it. You really liked it, and I love Devil May Cry series.
I thought it was just called Devil May Cry, but I guess not. But they do that sometimes where they just like reset it. Anyway.
Of course. But they ran out of saying like Call of Duty, Grizzled Veteran. Call of Duty, I'm on an island.
Call of Duty, Stolen Valor. I'd play that one.
Call of Duty.
You have to go to the mall and collect funds for injured veterans that you're actually just going to use to go to Hardee's.
Yeah, to go to Hardee's. Call of Duty, I want to see my baby through the Skype video. Call of Duty, who's my wife fucking my neighbor? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, paternal court. Family court.
Call of Duty, we're fighting for gas. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, I'm embarrassed for my kids to see my new apartment when they visit me on weekends.
Oh my God, yeah. So what do we have
So,
with this?
cross-platform play, cool. That's
What's
pretty
that
fun.
means? If you have a PS5
Yeah.
and I have Xbox One, I can play you?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So the other cool thing is they're not doing like a season pass thing. They say the word is the DLC is going to be free and just available
But
to
the
all
game
players.
costs $150.
I haven't heard an especially
that
high
one, bud.
price point, but
Probably is.
also they're doing like social commentary stuff.
What does that mean?
It's so funny. People get so mad about like politics and video games and like
I do.
gender stuff and like
Yeah,
I don't like this representation.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad, but I think sometimes like there's a place for it where it's like, all right, video games.
Well,
But what is
anyway,
this
they're
one?
doing it where it's like social commentary about like soldiers like doing war crimes is a major part of it. Like there'll be a civilian who's like reaching into a crib and you have to quickly figure out if they're picking up their baby or if they're pulling a gun out.
Well, if you cock a baby, it'll cry, and if you cock a gun, it's a gun. What do you?
TJ, don't cock a baby.
I can do whatever I want, Brett.
That
No,
sounds
number one,
so disgusting.
you made it disgusting.
I
okay?
didn't make it disgusting.
Yes, you did.
said it.
So what do you mean? Like if you're
So like you won't have a lot of time because if it is a gun, they'll shoot you. So you have to like shoot a mom.
Can I tell you what's depressing? It sounds very like frighteningly Vietnam-ish, where that
Dude,
was
that
an
shit happens
actual
all
thing. No,
Yeah,
I know. That's
you
what I
know How many
mean.
fucking civilians died in Iraq and
I know.
Afghanistan?
But it's like an actual
It's like
weird.
200,000 people died.
So-
How many of them you think were actually enemy
I
combatants?
know it's nuts.
Like,
And then how many just run with grenades and they're taped to their backs? It's like nuts.
Not to get political on this show, but
Uh-oh.
like, yeah, dude, like
It's just I don't. I mean, you're making a war game. I get it, but it's like I don't know. It's like what. So now you choose. So if you shoot a woman who's picking up her baby,
yeah.
can you shoot the baby?
Well, okay.
What if the baby holds a gun?
Here's my issue with
What if
this.
the
This
baby
is
has
why
a gun?
this is stupid. The baby will have a gun. It'll go
That makes sense.
pew pew. Apparently,
Fisher-Price on the
there's a
side.
mission where you are flying an airplane and you have to fly into a baby's mouth and then it turns out you're just porridge on a spoon. And it's like,
I love
open the hangar, here comes the airplane.
Very funny.
But this is stupid because, like, okay,
Yeah.
they're like, wow, war's hard and dark, like, right? Like, it's not just all like guns and glory, but it's like you're making fucking Call of Duty,
It is
which
guns
is
and
like
glory.
the most guns and glory, and
That's all
like,
it is.
I'm a soldier, I fight for honor and truth and
Yes, it is.
America's
And you're-
goddamn values.
And it's always linked to some kind of actual relative thing.
It's fucking horseshit because like that's where their bread is buttered. They
course.
want people to love war, so they play these fucking Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, but war's actually kind of messed up if you think about it. It's like, shut the fuck up.
You just make a video game. Like,
Yeah.
don't try. That's what annoys me. Is like, don't try to be like.
I
yeah.
mean, like, if you think about it, if Call of Duty was never made,
Yeah.
there probably would be at least one less soldier who had killed a civilian overseas.
if Call of Duty wasn't made.
I think so. I think, like, some people get inspired to be soldiers because they like those games. And some
yeah, but people no, because even before those games were huge, people constantly
Yeah, I know,
were
but
soldiers.
yeah, obviously, but I'm saying at least one person was like, I want to be a soldier because I like being a soldier seems cool from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And at least one of those people probably killed someone.
I guess the same thing if you play
civilian.
like a space game and you're like, I want to go to space.
Exactly.
I guess you can be in. Yeah, let's. I guess that's
It's like the
that's
same
an
way
interesting.
I like play like adult games when it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you play this game, you won't last 5 minutes without coming. And then it's like, wow, I really would like to have sex one day.
Can I tell you something? You will. You'll meet the right person.
Thanks, dude.
Who knows? Who knows? You know, who knows?
All right, let's take this up about like 5 levels of levity.
Yes.
Minecraft is
Shit blocks.
they're shit blocked. Legos on computer is adding ray tracing, which is like
What
the
is
most
that?
cutting edge light technology they have right now. That's like very graphically intensive. It just makes the light look better
Yeah.
and like the shadows and stuff.
Yeah. The most cutting edge. What did you write?
This is the most cutting edge graphical technology like in the market today, and they're putting it in a game that looks like it could have been made in 1995. I saw some of the graphics in it. It's so silly. Like, you're walking through this like sort of canyon where like you can see like the light coming in, and it's like all very accurate and realistic. But then everything it's touching
still looks like shit.
Looks like, well, it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah,
it just looks like that old, you know what Minecraft looks like.
I do. We don't need it in 4K. You can play it on your stupid phone, and babies play it. It's a baby game.
I really don't understand why
you don't
did they
like
put
Minecraft.
the money into this.
You don't.
Do you like Minecraft?
No.
Yeah, I've like played it for like 10 seconds.
Do you know how many people told me? Do you know what Minecraft reminds me of?
Legos.
Minecraft, yes. It also reminds me of. Now, I don't smoke weed. I just never got into. I know you're shocked. Ian's very shocked. I don't smoke weed. I have nothing against it. The weed tube. We're on the weed tube. My friend Ryan started it. I love him. If you want to smoke pot, do whatever you want. I don't.
Oh God, thank God.
Yeah, okay, light up, bro. I got no. That's a fat bong. Looks like a gun. Looks like a baby holding a gun.
Don't shoot me, TJ. no, just a bong.
Oh my God, I got really scared. So I have nothing against it, but Minecraft to me is like when you don't smoke weed, and you talk to someone who smokes weed, and you're like, yeah, I just don't like weed, and they're like, yo, but if you smoked like the right weed,
yeah.
Minecraft, the same thing, because I always go, nah, I think Minecraft is stupid. They go, yeah, but did you ever like play it for 9 hours with like 2 people on a dedicated server? And it's like, no, I have no interest.
I only play on Christian Minecraft servers.
Well, God bless you.
Where you can't swear.
No, you can't.
And then we have an actual our youth pastor plays with us.
Does he?
They actually have in Minecraft church on Saturday nights.
Oh, that's so cute.
Cool.
Aw. Father Johnson?
Father Johnson.
He's great.
That's just his nickname because he always has his dick out.
He's.
All right, Marvel's Avengers.
If anyone's like a Christian soldier that was a fan, they're gonna be like,
by the way,
these guys are done.
Between cocking babies,
that's great.
Like this is the worst episode we've done.
I don't care.
Sorry, this is not safe for work, Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma. She doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Marvel's Avengers. Have you seen the footage of this? It looks pretty fun.
I saw some of it. Is there new footage?
A little bit. I saw Black Widow fighting Taskmaster, and it looked kind of fun. I'm gonna get this game. Avengers are fun, but
I mean, Avengers are fun. You know what game was good? The Captain America video game when Captain America the First Avenger came out was actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah,
it was like a brawler kind of like an esoteric first person like esoteric like beat 'em up game. Isometric.
I didn't play that one.
It was pretty cool. It wasn't amazing. It just was like pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's not open world, I guess, is the big announcement. There's going to be hero missions, which are like main storyline stuff that you do for each of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And then
this is how Captain America was looked like. I'm watching Thor gameplay.
Yeah. So I don't think it's co-op.
No, I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, I know you were.
Why wouldn't they make this? It makes the most sense to be co-op.
Because it's over the shoulder. Maybe it is online. I'm not sure. That would be fun if it was.
It should be it should be a 4-player co-op.
Yeah. That would be fun.
It looks cool to be Iron Man and just like fly around and shoot people. It's hard to not think that you're very overpowered, like OP, because you're fighting just soldiers with guns.
Well, I think depending on like if you're playing Black Widow, it might be a stealth mission.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're playing,
oh my God, he just shot a woman with a baby carriage, but she pulled out a gun. Good job, Tony Stark.
You see, that's why I never pull out.
Oh, when you have sex, you should.
Oh, I didn't.
When the day comes that you love a man or a woman, whoever you want. However you feel, then you should pull out. If it's a man, you don't have to.
Oh.
But to be courteous, you say...
You have to be courteous.
You say, is this, may I... Boston cream?
Yeah, Boston cream.
Yeah. I ask my brother's gay, so I always ask him, like, what is the etiquette? So just in case I have friends that want.
Yeah.
And he says that. He goes, you say, excuse me, sir. Or lover. May I have fun? Yeah, this is a dirty one.
Death Stranding.
That one.
Okay, so I found out remember we were talking about the sea life thing yesterday? I found out about that.
I don't care.
I don't know why this game looks really cool.
Everyone really wants to play it, and I kind of
just looks really open world. I don't know, dude. Hideo Kojima hasn't gone wrong.
He hasn't, but I just feel
that's why I trust him.
You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get it. I'll come over and watch you play it. You're gonna be like, dude, this game rules.
You're gonna get it. And you're gonna play for 20 minutes and be like,
dude, you hit the nail on the head. I do it with every game. I haven't beat Odyssey yet for Assassin's Creed because I didn't
recommend that to you.
No, you didn't. For every game you did, you've never steered me wrong.
So the stranding thing is when like whales get stranded on the beach.
Oh my God!
That's what
you
he's
play as a
referencing
whale?
because he's saying like humanity is like fractured. There's all these settlements, and the whole game is like about reconnecting them, whatever that means. But I watched a trailer from it. It was really weird. They actually had a baby in it who was like this translucent baby that was floating around, and then it was in a jar, and it was very strange.
Attached to his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called bridge babies.
Yeah.
Do you know about them?
No, did you?
Yes.
So how do you know about this?
Because me and
Why
Joe
did
did-
you tell me about bridge babies?
Because me and Joe did a whole thing on the TV show.
God,
about
my
it.
bridge club is going to want to hear about this.
Well, number one, before you tell them, I'd like an invitation.
No.
I know you
We
can't
have
say no to
4.
them.
We
I don't
have
care.
4.
Well, what if someone's sick? Let me be a backup.
Jesus Christ, no one wants to be on your team. You're a terrible bridge player. You always bid so high.
Well, I want to win.
That's not how.
That's exactly how bridge works.
No.
So the bridge,
no.
So the bridge babies are a card game full of babies. So the bridge babies are this. There's some kind of like there's creatures that are in an alternate dimension that can attack you. And the bridge babies
apparently
are a link between the two worlds.
Apparently, you like there's a dead world. Like
Yes.
you die and you come back to life.
Yes. So the bridge babies are chest
Alive and
abortions
dead.
that like yeah. I don't know what they are. They could be chest abortions.
Damn, dude.
But you
That's fucking dark.
it's dark, bro. It's social commentary, Call of Duty.
And you have to shoot them if they have guns.
Yes, all the bridge babies have their own guns and carriages. So it was like the bridge baby can like activate this world so you could see those creatures and like stealthily get away from them.
Cool. The other weird thing is everyone seems to have something on their back. Like when I said, remind me of this earlier. They have these like tentacles or whatever. Like
Yeah,
the
some
one guy
weird
had something that looked like a
camera lights.
sunflower that was like turning.
Yeah.
And then later there was like another footage of this one guy who had like the biggest backpack. It like went longer than he is, like coming off of his back. Like if I'm holding this,
Like an L, like an upside down L that's like hanging over.
it was just like straight out from his back.
Oh, for God's sakes!
And it was just so long and weird. It looked like a dumpster or something. And
Maybe you have to go around picking up garbage in the neighborhoods.
Then he saw a bad guy, and he reaches back there, and he just pulled out an entire tank barrel,
Shut up!
like in Terminator.
Now I want to watch T3 now.
Hell yeah!
I wonder where I can find
yeah,
it.
Death Stranding. I'm still excited about it, and TJ is still, doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it, man. Blair Witch.
Uh-oh.
First person horror.
Just in case people don't know what the Blair Witch was.
I'll give you a
movie
hint.
about
Get
a
rid of the
witch.
layer and the W, and then say it.
Lair bitch.
No, just bitch. Get rid of the layer and the W.
On a side note with Blair Witch, when you saw the movie, were you in the camp that you thought it was a real movie and got really scared when you saw it? Or you knew it was fake?
I think I knew it was fake.
I went in thinking it was a real movie, and I legit got
there were real
scared.
witches.
I swear to God.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Just like the first time they're like, we found out there's witches and there's a theatrical release about it. It's not going to be in the newspapers. It's not going to be like a government thing. No, we're going to let the world know by showing this footage of these people who actually died from a witch. A real witch. Real witch with real magic.
I thought it was a snuff film. I was like, how are they allowing this? And why isn't it NC-17?
They did it like the whole campaign. I remember like we watched a documentary about like the myth of the Blair Witch, and it was a fake documentary that the filmmakers put out, and it was on like sci-fi or something, and it was just like they did it in the style of a documentary of like this is the backstory of who the Blair Witch is or whatever, but they just had it on like it was a real story.
That movie, they never made a game about it until now, I think, and that movie sparked, to me, ruined horror in the way that if you try to watch a horror movie now, you have
with
to
all
wait,
that like shaky cam.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
have to
the
wait through
paranormal activity.
60% of horror movies nowadays are found footage garbage.
Well,
it's terrible.
I wouldn't say 60%. I think there's a real
lot.
No, there's a real push for that like A23 style, like that really kind of like creeping terror, like Midsommar and Hereditary.
Yeah.
And, like Annabelle's not found footage. I think the found footage days over, and they're on these like
I
art,
think so.
this art horror stuff now.
Oh,
like
maybe
The Witch,
with like Get Out and stuff. Oh yeah.
Get Out. Which I mean, I'm not gonna. I like all horror. I actually don't think I've watched a found footage horror movie besides Blair Witch, but I thought Blair Witch.
I have back a little bit ago, like back in the day. They're just not good.
Yeah.
So Blair Witch,
it's
game ever made from Blair Witch.
It's immersive. There's no HUD. You just kind of
Heads-up
see.
display.
Yeah, you're in the woods. All the colors are really muted and it looks pretty boring because it just looks like washed out woods.
Looks like boring Alan Wake.
The one interesting thing is you get a dog who's apparently a big part of it, like who like finds you stuff and like You know, you have to keep him alive, and his name's Bullet.
Oh, you gotta keep him alive.
I guess.
Ah, boo.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Watch Doggies. Watch Dogs are coming for you.
Speaking of dogs, so apparently in Watch Dogs Legion, like you get a dog and the dog has a gun and you have to decide whether or not to shoot it. So every character, I think this was mentioned before, but basically every character in the game, everyone you pass is recruitable. You can have them join your team, and every character has like some kind of little bit of a story to them at least, and they all have special abilities. They showed like a guy, like the guy in the pub, like just throwing back loggers because it's in London, and it's like, oh, this guy, if he's on your team and he's had a drink in the past however long, he takes 50% damage. And then they show like an old woman who's like in the, you know, at the top floor of the skyscraper.
She's like MI5. She's like pre-MI5 or something.
No,
too.
she was like
Or
a
spy,
corporate
an
lawyer.
assassin.
No, she was a lawyer.
Oh, because there's like an old lady that was like an assassin.
Yeah, probably. But this one was just like this rich corporate lawyer. And they're like, oh, if she's on your team and any of your other characters get sent to jail, there's a 25% automatic chance that like she just busts them out of jail. So,
oh my god.
So that's cool. Like they have all these special abilities that kind of tie into who the character is.
Did you play Watch Dogs 1 or Deuce?
No, I do want to play this one though. This looked fun.
I enjoyed Watch Dogs 1 and 2. I think a lot of people hated Watch Dogs because when they showed the game when it first came out, it was not anywhere near the game that was released.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were furious because they showed all this cool stuff you could do, and then when the game came out, none of the things, they were like, oh, we couldn't pull this off.
God, what was that? No Man's Sky was the worst
Yeah.
for that. Where, like,
No Man's
they had
Sky should have been
nothing, they
released.
said.
Yeah, they should have just waited 4 years and released it
know.
now. Because then you're starting this slow. No Man's Sky is like now people love it because they're like, oh, it's a full game, but it's like you have this slog that, you know, like Destiny, they could have released it before vanilla. But even Destiny Vanilla, I still played the shit out of it. Like, I still liked it, but it's like No Man's Sky was like, people were just like, this isn't a game. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm into Watch Dogs anymore. They were fun. Watch Dogs 1 and 2 are fun.
Yeah.
If you want to play, I'd play 2
Well,
if
I
you
haven't
want.
played one, so maybe I'll check this out.
Check out 2 if you want to, but Watch Doggies, they're coming for you. What's the next one?
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So this is it's an action RPG open world borderline fighting game. That's a lot of genres. Everything's open world now.
The weird thing is that they made Dragon Ball FighterZ, and now we have Kakarot, which is
which is Goku's name.
Yeah.
If it's his Saiyan name.
It's a Saiyan name. So it's an RPG open world fighting game?
Yeah, so he's like flying around. You can go like fight different things. The fighting actually looks like I said it's a fighting game only because do you ever play any of those like Pokken or Dragon Ball Budokai fighting games?
Yeah.
Or Shonen Jump just put one out.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball games that you fly around and fight were the worst. I never liked them.
These weird 3D over the shoulder thing. I think it's a really clumsy style of fighting
I don't like
game.
it. No, that's why
agree.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, me and you played, and you were like, "This is fun." It's like just make it side. Yeah, it's way better. A fighting game should always be sideways.
I feel like there's one company that does this style of game, and they're all like anime games. It's called Spike Chunsoft, and I'm not nuts about them.
Did they do Asura's Why You Just Don't Like the Games?
No, I just don't like that fighting style.
Oh yeah, did you play?
But
Asura's?
this one's not Spike Chunsoft.
Did you ever play Asura's Wrath?
It's made by the same people who did do Asura's Wrath, and yes, I did. And that game is
crazy,
really good and really bad at the same time.
Yeah, of course, but
it was a
also
cool
they
game.
ended it that I think it was supposed to have a sequel, and they've never done it.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
I was like thinking
enjoyed
recently,
it.
like I'd like to go back and play that. It's like not much of a game though.
No, it really isn't.
But
it's forgettable
like,
as all hell. But there was the weird.
It's not forgettable.
Not forgettable, like the giant
gameplay's
finger
forgettable.
that,
but
like,
yeah, that stuff, like the giant
stuff.
figure coming down when the guy stabs him with the sword that goes all the way through the planet. Like that stuff is so cool.
Yeah, the game was just nuts. Let me look it up and try it if you guys. If it's free on Game Pass, just get it.
Yeah, it's really.
But Ian's right. Like it was like Bayonetta-esque like craziness.
But it was too easy. Like there wasn't
way
like
too
the
easy.
combat was very like simple.
Yep.
And you just couldn't really lose.
No,
like.
you could, but it was.
And
very
if you
easy.
did lose, like you just started over again and it didn't feel like it mattered. Like,
it just felt like
you
you were
don't
just
level up.
slogging through a game.
They like had this. I almost wish they had just made a crazy movie because it was like the
Yeah, I love this
interactivity
stuff.
of it wasn't there.
Yeah, it was like fighting gods. Asura.
It is cool though. It's like all this weird like Buddhist or Hindu mythology. Which was it? I guess it's
Maybe Buddhist. I think,
yeah.
maybe.
all right. Battletoads is coming back.
Battletoadies.
Have you seen any of this gameplay?
I mean, it looks like a shitty live arcade game. That's like I don't care.
Oh really? I thought it looked shitty too.
I didn't really give a shit about Battletoads back in the day.
Yeah.
And then now it's like,
It
all
looks
right,
like
whatever.
very slow and clunky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun transformations. Like the one guy's head turns into a robot head and he shoots lasers back and forth. But everything looks slow and clunky.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, if you like Battletoads, I'm sure you'll check it out. I can't imagine. I'm guessing it's gonna get like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 from most reviewers.
Maybe or maybe less.
It just
It looks brightly colored and stuff. It's just like you said. Like I
the
don't.
actual emotion of it's strange, and everything about it just like, yeah.
It looks like a flash game or a live arcade game, and this should have came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Why is this coming out now? When no one cares about Battletoads except for like if you did this when Killer Instinct was released when one of the Battletoads was on it, then I'd understand the correlation.
Rash?
Maybe it was Rash, I think. But now it's like you're releasing a game 20 years since it was even relevant. There's no
like 25 years.
whatever. It's just,
maybe longer.
I like how the game looks colorful, but it's just like just like Ian said, like it looks like a flash game. Like it's just very like meh.
Okay. Yeah, that's Battletoads.
Yeah.
Okay, the game I'm most excited about. Have you seen Maneater?
Oh yeah, the shark game.
The shark game.
I love
is
it.
So stupid.
I love it.
So I think this is a really cool idea. They showed like a lot of like different underwater environments, like it'd be in a swamp or like in the Caribbean or like these like beautiful blue waters. It's an open world shark simulator. You can evolve to have like different body parts,
Open
and
world
play styles,
What
like
do you
maybe
mean
more
different-
stealthy.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you can evolve to different body parts?
You know, you could be like a hammerhead,
Oh, okay.
and then maybe you have better radar detection.
Oh, but you don't grow.
I don't know.
You can't grow like a gun on your fin.
No, someone would shoot you.
Yeah.
One of the guys from Modern Warfare would see it and shoot you.
Is that a shark or a baby?
Does that shark have a gun or just?
Yeah,
But
that's an American shark.
So here's the few things I thought were dumb. Is I saw the shark bite a few things, and every time he bit something, it was like the same animation,
oh,
and I was like,
you mean
like he jumped over a dock, grabbed a big fat lady, and landed back in the water, and then he like ate her in one bite, and I was like, you know, not to be gruesome, but like it's a shark game.
Be
Like
gruesome.
he should jump out, bite her, and then like take a huge chunk out of her
Yes.
side or something like that. So it's like, you know, make it gruesome, like make it the horror of Jaws, like bite someone's leg off. I think you actually can do that, but like I just didn't see it in the footage.
It looks like So I'm not like it looks okay, but it's like what is the goal? Like you're just a shark, and you're supposed to eat people.
You have to eat all 7 billion humans on Earth.
Why didn't this game come out when like Jaws 4 was? I don't understand these games come out of nowhere.
So the other thing I don't like about this is holy shit. Like there's a lot of problems in the world, and not to get on my high horse, like
get on your high horse.
Like shark.
That's why I put it in the corner.
Here I go, Rocky.
There we go.
Dude, sharks are cool.
I love sharks.
Everyone does this shit like Shark Week and Jaws, and they just like are constantly telling everyone all over the world like sharks are killing machines.
Which are not.
They're not. Like we are literally driving sharks to extinction because everyone thinks they're such a predator, and it's like there's 3 shark bites a year. There's like 5 million people die of bee stings or mosquitoes. Like sharks just don't eat people. They're not that dangerous, and people kill sharks all the time preemptively.
Yep.
And this narrative of sharks are like the ultimate killing machine of humans is.
They're not.
They're not.
I think there's more.
I guess people need it for there to be like it's a good thing to like have things in nature that are scared of. Like I understand like that those are cool stories, but it just makes me mad that people are too stupid to separate fact from fiction. And like these fishermen will just be out there and they'll be like, "Oh, there's a shark, let's kill it." Or like let's
Yeah.
You're
like, oh, the kid. Yeah, and also there's a part of this game where the shark is on land just chomping at people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's ridiculous.
TJ.
There's no story to this except you're a shark.
You sometimes drive me up the wall.
No.
You get mad at anything about a game because like you're like, it's too gritty and realistic. There's just a shark flopping around on land eating people? That's stupid. It's like, what do you want?
Ridiculous.
Do you want sharks on land or do you want super gritty? What's
I don't
in
know.
between?
I have no decision.
I like it.
So then we have there's also these are the Ian we picked up these. I mean, there's more games, but like these are the ones we picked out because there's ones that have been showed at E3.
Yeah.
So the final one we have on our list
Streets
here.
of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage.
So like they have a couple of the people from the original Streets of Rage. There's a new girl who has an electric guitar, which is so stupid.
I
I
don't
hate like they do like that like power slide as one of their
Of
moves. And I'm
course.
just like,
What is it,
it's
the
so
80s?
stupid.
I don't care about Streets of Rage.
I
It's
like,
only
I like
fun.
beat 'em ups.
I like
with
beat 'em
friends.
ups too with friends.
Yeah.
But I'll never play it like on my own.
Yeah.
And it looks, I mean, it's just, it looks cartoony. It looks just like the regular, game. Cherry Hunter. That's the guitar.
with the guitar.
Good God.
Dun, 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 dun,
Cherry
dun, dun.
Hunter.
Dun,
Oh my
dun,
God.
dun,
You're
dun,
fighting like,
dun,
there's like
dun,
a,
dun,
there's like a
dun,
big,
dun, dun. Sorry,
a big fat guy with a suit you have to fight.
I'm thinking of Contra, the better game.
Yeah, stop thinking of Contra.
I'm thinking of better games because this game looks stupid.
Yeah, it does look very stupid.
All right, next thing, so that's Gamescom.
Yeah.
All said and done, a lot of open world. Like, God, I don't know. I'm so bored with open world. Just, like...
I like open world. It's
just so repetitive, and they act like, oh, you can go anywhere and do anything, and it's like, no, you can't. You go to the stupid tower, and you get the map of the land. These are the people you have to save. This is like the find a thing mission. This is the kill a guy mission, and you just do it again and again and again because they don't curate anything. No. There's no actual meaningful experience because it's just like they literally just take these different lands that look slightly different and slap them, 12 times, and you do the exact same things in every one till it says 100%.
Well,
it's boring.
That's why there's different versions. Like Rage 1 had an open world that was narrative driven, and it was kind of open worldy. Then you had like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, for example, which is why I didn't beat it, is there's so much to do that I get overwhelmed when I play because I'm like, well, do I want to go find, like, assassinate these guys, do story missions? So it's like the open world is never fine-tuned. You know what I mean? Borderlands, I think, did a good job of fine-tuning it because it was like some side quests, but mainly you could just do...
Right, and Borderlands also didn't have that, like, go to the tower, like, these are your things. You just...
It had towns that you had to go to and get missions, so it did kind of do it.
Okay.
And then Rage 2 had, like, the other way of open world where it was like... that kind of shit where it's like, here's the main story, here's side quests, and the side quests are like, go kill this bandit camp. And you're like... okay. All right. And then you do it and you're like, duh.
Now they're dead and I got a slightly better gun. All right. Let's talk.
Oh.
Villains.
But,
are you a bad guy? A real super villain.
Here's what you need to know about villains is, it's just like villains they're scary.
Yeah. My favorite villain is of all time is what's his name? We Are Number One guy from Lazy Town.
What?
What's his name? Oh, I can't remember it.
Lazy Town?
Yeah, wait, what's his name?
What is Lazy Town? The weird kids show?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's the video game villains, not actual any
Robbie
villain.
Rotten.
Is this from a kids show or a video game?
It's a kids show, but he's a great villain. Look at him.
No, you can't.
Look at how evil he is.
It doesn't matter.
He's so cool. He sings a song called "We Are Number One." That's the best
cool.
meme ever.
Mine's Thanos. You can't do that. We're doing video
that's
game
a good
villains.
video game villain.
It's not a video. Well, technically it is, but no.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, you have to pick a video game villain.
I'm making a fan game of Lazy Town where you play as Robbie Rotten, so he's technically the hero in it, so he still can't be the villain.
So stupid.
So we asked you all on Facebook, who's your favorite video game villain? And we got some cool answers.
We got really cool answers. So there was a ton of people, and I agree with this answer as well. Andrew Ryan, Atlas / Frank Fontaine. When you played, now you didn't play BioShock.
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
I loved BioShock.
So BioShock 1, you didn't like Infinite's the one that you're kind of annoyed by.
Yeah.
So BioShock 1, I agree with Dalton Kiefer, Tyler Smith. If I don't say your name and you put this, this thing, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying. But I agree with them in this one. He was a great villain.
I love a cool twist.
Great twist. You didn't see it coming. He was maniacal, evil. It was great.
What was his, would you please?
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly?
Yeah. Would you kindly do that? I love, now I want to play BioShock.
I know. It makes me
Dude,
want to play
I know,
it again.
right?
What a mark of a good villain. Like having a catchphrase like that that's so innocuous.
So good.
And then at the end, it's like so creepy that it was like, not
Made
to
him
spoil a
kill it,
16-year-old game or 15-year-old game, but like he's mind controlling you.
So
and
good.
Like the trigger is, he says, would you kindly?
Yeah,
and
would
then
you
have
kindly?
to, yeah. And that's like why you're
Would you
doing
kindly bash his skull in? I think that wasn't at the ending or something like that. Oh, it was so goddamn
so
good. Cyrus Porter, who is very good, and also I just want to throw. Cyrus, I just want to throw out to everyone that posts in the Facebook group. Like, there's a couple of you that constantly post stuff. It's great. Thank you so much for the fun.
Thank you guys.
I love that you guys do it. So I really appreciate it. The Patriots from Metal Gear.
All right, so I hate to say it. I've played some Metal Gear, but I did not play Sons of Liberty, which I think is where the Patriots are. So you stumped us on this one, Cyrus. But apparently, reading his comment, he was like, they're basically this like cool Illuminati thing that are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And Metal Gear Solid's always had good villains. Liquid Snake is terrifying.
Yep. When you had to put the controller down and shakes.
Ocelot,
Revolver Ocelot.
Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis.
And then
love that. He deleted your saves.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, I see you're playing Castlevania and you're like, what the fuck?
How does he know?
Oh, so good. And it's text. Like, you didn't put two and two together and you're like, oh, they just read your memory card.
Oh, God. Oh, man, I want to play some more Metal Gear Solid.
So
Maybe
good.
I'll play that later.
Metal Gear? I'm going to play BioShock now.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Devil May Cry
You guys are
first.
making us want to play these games again so bad.
I want to play BioShock. My goal, I want to play BioShock with, like, have Liz watch me play it because then she can enjoy, like, I want to play it with someone who doesn't know it, and they can go into it with wide eyes.
Wait, I'm gonna change mine actually because I just thought of one I like.
That's fine. As you change it, so Dave McLaughlin, David, wonderful Irish David. So David said, David from The Last of Us. You didn't play The Last of Us. I did. If you didn't play The Last of Us, it is awesome. You should get it. You have a PS4, dude. It's a great, slow, weird, dark game. David was
everyone loved it.
It's so good.
Around to it. I
Just
should
play
because
it.
it's probably $20 now.
It's so good, dude. It's such a good, slow-paced, creepy game. So David was the main antagonist of the winter chapter in The Last of Us, appearing as the leader of a group of cannibalistic survivors. He was voiced and motion captured by the one and only Nolan North. And there was Dave had this great quote about it with it that Ellie, the girl in the game, who's like the little girl that like follows you around, helps you out, that she had to like bash his head in with like a pipe or something. Like it was such a creepy. It was such a great creepy like thing that happened.
Yeah,
finally,
you don't
David.
like to see like the corruption of the
yeah.
innocent.
So Dave writes he starts off being kind of sound of a sleeving asshole, goes mental, and then threatens to eat you. And then the scene where Ellie chopped the bullocks out of the back of his head with a machete is one of the biggest holy shit moments I've ever had in video games. And a lot of people said Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2, which I agree.
Yeah, he's
great villain. I'm not scared of him, but he was a fun villain to deal with.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean, favorite can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Kefka is next from Nathan White.
Yeah, Nathan White's
Nathan, I'm really mad at you because as soon as I read that, I was like, oh shit, that's probably mine. Kefka and Final Fantasy VI in general get overshadowed so much by Sephiroth and Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like,
he looks like a weird clown.
He is a clown. He's very, like, in a lot of ways, he's similar to the Joker. He has this really cool, like, sound effect laugh where he goes like, which is creepy as hell. He's this, like, sadistic clown. Like, the first time you see him, he's, like, poisoning they're like sieging a castle, and he just poisons the shit out of it. He like puts poison upstream. Yeah. Anyway, his plan is he's trying to there's 3 goddess statues that basically are the source of all magic on the planet, and he's trying to he's trying to disrupt their configuration so he can absorb all the magic and basically become a god. And he fucking does.
Jesus Christ.
And he destroys the world. Like,
Jesus.
The second half of the game is the world is scoured. Like, at the start of the game, the first half, everything's like green and full of life. It seems like a real civilization.
Can we use the word lush?
Yes, you could.
Great.
You could use any word. I'd use verdant. Even. But in the second half, everything's desert. He's like literally destroyed the planet. Like, over half the people in the world are dead, and everyone who's still alive is just like in fucking PTSD mode.
Yeah.
He lives at the top of this huge tower, and he is a god. Like, when you fight him, it's like it's all this creepy like religious imagery that's like he's in this like bizarre form, and he won. Like, you kill him at the end, but like everyone's
the world's
dead.
doomed,
the world's like fucking falling apart. He like completely did everything he set out to do.
Now, was this Final Fantasy VI in America? 6
No,
or
it was
Final Fantasy 3 in America and
at
6 in
first,
Japan?
6 in Japan.
1 in Germany.
Incredible villain, so scary. Like, and he's like, at the first half of the game, most of the time you encounter him, he's not super powerful, but then he becomes super powerful after he kind of like ascends. Oh,
yeah.
Love that villain. I love him so much. He is so scary and cool.
It's very good. Good villain. Then Evan Boshi, who's a friend of me and Ian's.
Hey, Bosch, how you doing, man?
Bosch. He says Voss from Far Cry 3, which was the mohawked psycho villain from Far Cry 3 that like he like kills your friends. He's like nuts.
Ugh.
Far Cry had some decent villains. Far Cry I feel like gets very underrated for their villains. I think
and
they
their
do
characters in general.
Yeah, their characters. I think they do well. Just the villains and stuff. None of the main characters are whatever. But Voss was good. I give Voss that. I chose. Ian's wearing a Mega Man shirt.
Hell yeah.
I chose. I didn't think about this too much, but I do think for me, Dr. Wily.
He's great.
I'm a huge Mega Man fan. Dr. Wily, I feel like wasn't a great villain, but what made him so scary to me, because to me a villain should be scary, is I did his every time, like you beat the bosses.
Yeah.
Then you had to do his stupid fortress that was at least 8 levels.
It was so cool. It's shaped like a skull.
It was shaped like a skull, and the map was always like a pink neon line,
which is cool actually. Like I didn't realize this until I was an adult, but that's actually like the kind of direction you go once you're in that level.
Oh, I didn't
like
know
there's
that.
one level in 2 where you go down a lot, and it's that level where you're in the sewers and you have to jump into the water and avoid like the spike walls that get narrower and narrower. And like if you look at the map, that whole level's like mostly down, which is very cool.
So I got the anxiety of like you go, the fortress levels were tough. Then you had to refight most of the robot bosses, and then Wily himself always had like you killed him once, and then he came, then his pod would fly around.
Yeah.
Like he had like 2.
Sometimes he had a second fortress.
There it
like
is.
A
Yep.
fucking bastard.
Yep. So it was very like Frieza, like my final form.
I liked in Mega Man 2, his final form is that alien.
Yeah. Then you put the alien.
You kill the alien. It's like, oh, it's a hologram, and Dr. Wily's just like, God damn it.
Oh, shit.
And also, whenever you beat him, he like begs off. He's like, no, I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me. I'll never do it again.
And he does it again. He's such an a-hole. What did you say?
All right. So my first answer was King K. Rool, just because I like Donkey Kong Country and he's a goofball.
You do.
But Gladys, hands down Gladys.
Oh, what a
Gladys
great
from
choice.
Portal is so cool. She is so scary, like with all her like maniacal, like cold, dispassionate, like you are going to die.
Yep.
And then like as you uncover sort of more of her story and
that
shit,
game,
like
so good.
Especially like Portal 2 when you find out her backstory and it's like it's so tragic. She's so funny. That game I laughed out loud so much playing. Just the things she comes out with are so funny, and it's so creepy all the way she's trying to kill you and just doesn't care.
And she's trying to convince you to stop doing that.
She's like, "Come
Wouldn't
on
it
out,
be-
come out. It's fine. This is I won't try to kill you anymore. Just come into this chamber." And then it's a trap, and she kills you.
Love it. Just for a spoiler for anyone that didn't play Portal, it's amazing. But the last part where you're standing on a platform going to a furnace.
Yeah.
And then you have to figure out, like, I think you jump to the right to like a hole in the wall.
Some cool thing.
Portal 1 was
and then the
brilliant.
song she sings at the
Love
end,
it.
Still Alive.
This is,
like
Still Alive.
Maybe the best video game song. At least best video game
Dude,
song with the lyrics.
I listened to the Portal 1 and 2 song, like I have it on my like phone for iPod that like it comes on, I'm like, oh, this is great.
I put that on and I am just instantly in a good mood.
It's such a good game. That was great, guys. Great job putting
guys, thanks. Thank you all for spitting out some hot V's for us.
Yeah, and then hopefully you guys can enjoy like I hope we covered your Gamescom. If you want more coverage, go somewhere else. This is a comedy show. So, so thanks for listening, guys. Like, review, subscribe. Ian, if I was enlisting in the O'Keefe Army, where on Twitter would I go to find you?
I'm just going to reach in and grab my username.
Oh, sure, that's fine. Okay.
It was Uzi hidden in my phone.
In your phone?
In my phone. Like,
in your phone?
Like the shotgun in the roses.
I love it. I love it.
You can follow me on Twitter at RexSaucy. And Instagram if you want.
That's right. It's very funny. It's very silly and weird on Twitter. You can follow me at TJ Del Reno on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow the show at Unlimited SXM, and you can follow, we have a Facebook page, Unlimited Lives. Like the page, join the group. And then we have an Instagram too, which there's not really a lot of activity. And our Twitch channel that usually I stream on and Joe sometimes. And Ian can, if you ever want to, you're more than welcome to always live stream on Twitch. Great job. Thanks, guys. And remember,
listen to the show, like, review, subscribe. We'll see you next week. DJ Vargas.
Stay cool.
what a great show. What is that?
Huh?
Why did you just mumble?
So I have honey in my mouth.
You've honey in your mouth?
From the bees.
3-episode callback?
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the idea.
Just
I
the
don't know
diehard
what to
fans?
say, man. You still have bees in your room over your bed. You have a
so
huge
what?
beehive. It's getting bigger.
Yeah, well, bees reproduce. Have you ever heard this phrase, fucking like bees?
God, I wish I could fuck.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, one day you will. You just here's what you have to do. Just you go.
I know what I have to do. I have to put honey on my penis.
Yes, that's what you have to do. Honey in your penis. You'll attract bears, bees,
and babes.
Or bears, bees, or babes. The 3 Bs. B3s, bears, bees, or babes.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a babe that's riding a bear with bees in its mouth.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never
Yes.
told you this before, but
What?
I did one time kiss the Blair Witch a little bit.
Are you really?
She broke my heart, and that's why I called her a bitch during the show.